Hi everyone, it's Kim Anderson from the Sussex Family YMCA in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware. Nice to see you. We're coming together today for Tai Chi. This will be a class that's just shy of an hour, and I'll be taking us through some very traditional, foundational, basic Tai Chi drills that will benefit you whether you're a very first-time practitioner, don't know a thing about Tai Chi, or whether you've been practicing for 22 years like myself. You need any kind of clothing that is comfortable and loose, and bare feet, unless you'd like to wear shoes. If you'd like to wear shoes, go ahead. Tai Chi is traditionally done barefoot, but it's up to you, okay? You need a space just about as big as this small room. Of course, when the Tai Chi set is done all the way full, the classical Yang family style Tai Chi set that I practice, you need a big, big room because you move all over the room, and it's about 30 to 40 minutes. It's a beautiful set that I teach at the Sussex Family Y. For this class, as I said, we're going to focus on some really basic foundational drills that inform every piece of your Tai Chi. So again, we'll be benefiting all the balance, the breath, the posture, the flow, the form will all be part of that you can then apply to any Tai Chi actually that you do. Or if you never do Tai Chi again, you'll still get a great benefit. Tai Chi in English translates to the grand ultimate. What does this mean? This name it was given refers to the power and the ability of this work to unify the mind, body, and spirit, clear the mind, clear the thoughts, focus one's mind, open the body, strengthen the muscles, bring flexibility, balance, which of course is what Tai Chi is famous for, improving balance, lowering blood pressure, improving the immune system, strength, clarity, easing arthritis. For me, it helped cure my carpal tunnel syndrome. Okay, it has myriad benefits for the body, the mind, and the spirit. It's not a religious practice, but we do work from the philosophy of Taoism, and we take cues from Taoist philosophy for life. So I may mention some of those as we go through class. So the grand ultimate, unification of mind, body, and spirit with the larger consciousness around us. It's akin to yoga, but we're constantly moving, okay? So let's get into it. Find yourself in your nice open space. There we go. We're going to work on some key fundamentals of Tai Chi together. Let's begin with posture. So, the relaxed position of attention. Here's how we get there. Heel to heel, toe to toe. Heel to heel, toe to toe. Roll the shoulders back so the hands come to rest on the sides of the legs where the femur meets the processes of the hips. So you'll see your hands are actually touching all the way down the sides of your legs. The arm becomes a nice straight up reference for the posture. The pelvis is tucked right under us so that the perineum, that dot right in the center between the legs, hangs right below the top of the head. Top of the head rises so the neck lengthens. And I'd like us all to be sure that we take our shoulders down. See that? Pull them up and then feel them go down. Now, this is the relaxed position of attention. It's our starting point for Tai Chi. If you gain nothing from this class but the relaxed position of attention, take this with you so that wherever you may be waiting in line at the store, standing at the stove waiting for something to finish cooking, wherever you may be, you can find this relaxed position of attention, heel to heel, toe to toe, shoulders rolled back, hands on the sides of the legs where the femur meets the processes of the hips, pelvis under the top of the head, which rises to the sky. I'll ask you now to close your eyes, and we're going to bring in the second key of Tai Chi. The first is posture. And we'll touch on aspects of posture throughout the whole class as we move through different stances. But this is our foundational starting point. Now the second key is breath. So I'll ask you to close your eyes if that works for you. Pull the breath down the spine And imagine pulling your breath all the way into the lower belly. This is about 4 fingers below my belly button, right here. And I want us to imagine we're pulling the breath down the spine as if to bypass the lungs altogether. Pull it into the lower belly. What does this do? This actually pulls the diaphragm down and opens the lungs, both lobes of both lungs, more widely than usual. The breath that most of us do all day long is like this in the chest, right? If you compare this to how babies breathe when they come out of the womb, sweet little babies, you see their belly rise and fall. It's that soft, smooth, diaphragmatic breathing that we want to cultivate in our Tai Chi. So pull the breath down into the lower belly as you stand in a relaxed position of attention. Good. And now we're going to do a series of warm-ups and gentle stretches just to get us ready for the Tai Chi drills. Students who take classes with me at the Sussex Family Y will recognize this as a shortened version of what we call Discovery, which is our Tai Chi warm-up. Drop the head, and we're going to roll the neck around. And reverse. Good. Bring the head up tall again. Top of the head rises to the sky. And let's roll the shoulders back in repetitive circles. Let the wrists hang heavy. Let the rib cage relax. Reverse the circles. Good. And now I'll ask you to take one shoulder, either one, roll it forward, while you roll the other back, tracing 2 circles left and right in opposite directions. This helps us to feel the difference between the 2 halves of our body. Identify left and right. Good, shake it out. We're going to take a nice wide stance now. Legs are straight but not locked, feet are square. So when you look down, you should see your feet straight towards the screen you're looking at, right? Straight towards me, as opposed to duck feet, splayed out. Pull them straight. This is going to align the joints better. Okay, arms float up. Take care to lower the shoulders. And let's just open our wrists a bit. Palms, fingers. Okay. And now again with low shoulders, long neck, we're going to lean to your left. Either side is fine. Switch to the other side. Switch, we're softening the waist here, just gliding across on the waist. And switch. Good. Imagine you're trying to touch both walls. Reach, separate the scapula, open up the shoulder joints. Now we're going to roll over, hands trace a big circle, coming to rest with the palms pressing gently out and the head hanging heavy. We think of our chest as biased up to the sky as opposed to leaning forward. We'll switch to the other side. Switch. This is opening up our waist, torso, and rib cage. Switch. Good. We're going to go back, but this time turn our chest to the floor and sweep the circle down through the bottom, back up and around the other side, and push. Good. Let's go the other way. Turn the chest to the floor
Head hangs heavy through the bottom.
2 more. Good. Let the hands drop. So earlier in the discovery, we separated the 2 halves, left and right. Now we're going to think about separating the 2 halves, bottom and top. And so I want you to stand here. You're going to take this straight leg stance and sink a bit as if we're trying to sit on a chair or a stool. And we're going to keep the hips steady, just moving the waist. Once you get a feel for that, if you wish, you can let the hands flop around, leaving the hips steady and just turning the waist. Open one hip at a time. Good. All right. Let's stay with the hips. Find your nice easy limits, left to right. And then we want to breathe around the circles. Head will remain stationary. Feet stay planted, and we just roll the hips. Think of all the tendons and ligaments that are surrounding that hip joint where the femur comes into the process of the hips. Here, think about softening those tendons and ligaments. Good, shake it out. All right, we'll do a few gentle pieces here at the bottom sort of the body. Discovery goes from top to bottom, and then we'll be ready to go. Make 2 nice gentle fists, and we're just gonna pat down the sides of the legs, waking up the legs. All right. Warm up the knees with a nice flat back. You can see my chest is out. I'm just going to pump some fluid through the joints. A few gentle circles for a range of motion. Good, shake it out. Okay. Nice wide stance. Legs are straight but not locked, and feet are square. Take one foot, open it. The hip opens 90 degrees. Sweep the back foot out. There you go. So when you look down, you can see some space between your legs, as if, from the front here, as if your feet are on 2 railroad tracks. That's opposed to a balance beam, right? You want some space between. Nice wide center of gravity, okay? So we're going to do this to each side. Just stand in gentle warrior pose in yoga, stretching the back leg. We'll switch to the other side. Close one side, open the other. Hands are loose, shoulders are relaxed and down. As we go one more each side, we're going to open the arms wide, opening the chest. And switch to the other side, same thing. Open the chest wide. Good. And one last piece. Again with our nice wide stance. Legs are straight but not locked. Pick one leg to bend the knee. What this is going to do is open the hip flexors of the extended leg. Breathe all the way out to the pinky toe of the extended leg. If you wish, you can put the arms here. This is called iron broom. To switch sides, simply straighten both legs and then bend the other. You can reverse the hands. Switch. And switch. Very good. All right. Legs are straight. Let's clasp the arms and just hang like a bat. Let the top of the head hang to the floor.
Okay, we'll bring our hands down and walk our feet in. When we touch heel to heel, toe to toe, we roll the spine up, one vertebra at a time,
Coming to rest in the relaxed position of attention. Take a moment and breathe again. Find your breath down the spine, into the lower belly. Good. Shake it out. Very good. So the drills that we're going to go through for the rest of class, it's going to be a continual series of Tai Chi and Qigong drills, breaking apart key elements and foundational stances and moves of the Tai Chi set in a very meditative way. This is great, as you can see, to do in a small space, anytime. So you don't need such grand wide spaces to do the big Tai Chi set to be practicing Tai Chi. You can do these little pieces when you have moments and any small kind of space. So I'll give a few cues right now, or a few pointers. If at any time while we're doing this you feel like you need to just pause and kind of shake it out, shake the legs, shake the arms, take a breath, go ahead, take a break. Join us again when you're ready. That I want you to keep in mind through the whole series. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep going and you come and go through the movements as you wish. As much as you can, close your eyes. So for those of you accessing this video who've taken classes with me or have your own Tai Chi practice, you'll likely be able to close your eyes through a lot of this. Those of us who are just beginning, find little places where you feel okay. And as you close your eyes, we say in Tai Chi, turn your senses inward. Look on the inside at your anatomy, what's happening, where the bones are, where the muscles are. Watch your breath go down the spine. Follow it. Imagine it's like smoke, wisping down the spine and through the body. Just check in with yourself and let things calm, okay? Let's do this. All right, heel to heel, toe to toe. Rolling the shoulders back, hands come to rest on the sides of the legs. Top of the head rises and we pull the pelvis right under us. Let's begin. We sink. Shifting the weight into the left leg so that the right leg can step out shoulder width. And we sit. Hands come to rest at the sides of the legs. From the side, it looks like this, like I'm kind of sitting, as if to sit on a stool, okay? You can sit as deep or not as deep as is comfortable for you, okay? So some of us may be sitting here, some of us may be just barely bending, all right? Do your Tai Chi. This position is called Wu Chi. It's the position of absolute non-judgment. It's where we begin our Tai Chi by taking away all judgments or thoughts about what's happening in the outside world, any little aches and pains we may have, thoughts that are swirling, we just let them all go. We judge nothing and rather feel the breath down the spine and begin to quiet the mind. Let's start with blossoming. Hands relax, and as the legs push up, the wrists, as if pulled by strings, come up, blossom over the top of a curve and down to return to where we were. And go. You'll see as we continue through the rest of class that after I demonstrate and describe a move a couple times, after that, it's just repeating. So you can settle in, you can close your eyes, turn those senses inward, and enjoy. Don't worry about the forms so much. There's just a basic rising and falling or shifting left and right. What's most important in our Tai Chi is relaxing and moving smoothly. See the hands go up over the top and sweep down. A few more. Good. Last one. We return to Wu Chi. Next is a move called sending Qi to the four limbs. We relax, the arms sink. They float up to the sides, out wide, come together above the head. Hands come together as if in prayer down the center line. When they reach the lower belly, right below the belly button, heart out to the sides. Let the wrists be soft. Don't tense the shoulders. We want to imagine that the wrists are pulled up by two strings. The shoulders stay relaxed. There. And now, if it feels okay to you, close your eyes and let's harmonize breath with movement. Think about exhaling as you rise. Ah. Think about inhaling as you sink. And if this breathing pattern feels nice to you, you can harmonize the pace of your move with your breath. So you sink for a long inhale, and you rise for that long exhale. So your pace may be a little slower or faster than mine. That's okay. And if the breath doesn't quite match up that way, that's okay. No stress here about that. The legs are gently pumping up and down. I'm sitting a little bit and then straightening the legs. Tai Chi is so good for our lower body strength because we do so much of this gentle sinking and rising. One more. Good. We return to Wu Chi. Next is called washing the gallbladder meridians of the face. Arms float up to about shoulder height, face height. This time as the legs sink to sit, we pull the hands in, gently framing around the temples, the ears, and out the jaw. From the side, you can see my hands go around the temples, around the ears, out the jaw. Breathing in, we become heavy and we sink. Breathing out, we become light and we rise. Let the shoulders and the upper back relax so that as you pull the elbows and the wrists back, the scapula in the upper back there behind your shoulders softens. They sink down, pulling the arms back and out. The forehead relaxes, the eyeballs and the eye sockets relax. The cheeks and the jaw soften. One more. Good. This time, hands come out. We've opened our chest wide. Again, think of shoulders coming down, long neck, as if to reach both walls. This one's called Golden Eagle Spreads Wings to Embrace the Child. We sink again here with the legs pulling us down to wherever is comfortable. You don't have to sink too low to where you're trying to bend down and look down to the floor. We want our chest to stay up. We sink as if to pull a child in for an embrace, and then as we rise and open, let them go. Sink. Rise. And that's it. So close your eyes if you can. As the hands open, the rib cage opens, softens, the belly relaxes. Even the lower back just softens. The spine is so loose. As we go longer and deeper into this Tai Chi flow, use your breath to clear your mind. So if thoughts begin to pop into your mind, you begin to get anxious, take a deep, long breath into the lower belly and let the thoughts ride out on your exhale. Bring the thoughts to follow the breath, to follow the fingertips out. Follow the fingertips back in. Be present with every piece of your body. One more. Good. Now we're going to lift the sky. So for this, we're going to sink to wherever is comfortable. As you get to the bottom where you can't really go any further down without leaning forward, that's your stopping point. Let the hands come to the center line of the body as if to gather up the spine as the legs straighten. Push up, palms go up, and as if to part the clouds out and over. Sink. Gather up. Lift the sky out. Good. Gather in. Part the clouds, lift the sky. And that's it, so close your eyes. One of the most beneficial effects of Tai Chi is that as we breathe long and deep, this sends a natural signal to the brain, to the central nervous system, that everything is okay, we're relaxed, moving slowly and easily, and this turns off. The brain takes this signal and turns off the stress hormones. So the cortisol, the adrenaline, all these hormones that in excess cause disease and high blood pressure and heart problems and all kinds of things. Those hormones are turned off while we're doing our Tai Chi. And rather, hormones of ease, enjoyment, and a good mood are turned on. So the serotonin and these kinds of things come on. We begin to feel at ease and calm. One more. Here we go. Up and out. Good. Now as we finish, we'll actually bring the arms back up on either side of the ears. So if you can, you want to think of the ears, the arms next to the ears. If your arms naturally are far forward, your goal in your Tai Chi is going to be to bring them back. But wherever they are now is fine. We're going to descend from heaven. That's what this is called. Take a deep breath in. This time as we exhale, we fall, and we do lean forward. Let your head hang low, arms hit the floor. Take a deep breath in. And as we come up and exhale, reshape the body way up tall, arms come out to the sides. Let it go as you exhale. Inhale, reforming the spine tall and long. This is a great move for folks who have posture issues. Carpal tunnel, arthritis, all these things, because we're softening the spine, building it back up straight. Look how relaxed my wrists are. That should feel just like this, like spaghetti. Up. Breathing long and deep. One more. Rise up. Good. Put one hand behind your lower back. For me, it's my left. I just rest it on the lower back. This move is called Phoenix Consumes Its Own Ashes. We're going to work the waist, turning, making a big circle out in front of the body. Take a breath. Let it exhale. Here we go. Turn to one side. Breathe in as you sink down. Trace the circle down to the floor. And out. The arm traces a wide circle. Good. Bending at the hips. Circle way down, out to the side, way around. Imagine a giant circle that you're tracing with the fingertips. At the bottom of the circle, let your head hang heavy to the floor. Gravity can help lengthen the spine at the bottom here of our circle. Let the belly relax. Let the shoulder relax. The wrist is soft. And we've been going long enough in our Tai Chi practice now that the mind should feel smooth and easy and clear. Breath should be slow and long. We sharpen our inner vision to see the body on the inside because our eyes are closed. At least some of the time. Last one. We're going to switch to the other side. Bring the other hand up. Opposite hand comes to rest on the lower back. And we're just going to reverse the direction of that circle. Again, think of a nice soft shoulder. Here we go. Big, wide sphere out in front. It's the same thing we just did, so close your eyes if you can. If not, that's okay too. Let the waist be soft. The feet are relaxed into the floor.
Just soft, wide feet. We're not gripping our toes into the floor. Knees are relaxed. Let's do one more. Good. All right. So the hands are going to come out. One hand at the top, one hand at the bottom. Either one is fine. We're just going to switch to opposite sides as we go. This is called yin-yang exchange. As the hands come down and we sink, we want to think of the backs of the palms passing by each other. They're not actually going to hit. They're going to pass by. And one goes to the back, the other flat towards the sky, goes up. We sort of twist the spine gently, looking back towards the bottom palm. Sink, pass the hands down the center line, backs of the palms passing. And now this is to my left. The palm is to the floor. The right palm for me is up to the sky. You can see that the two halves of the body are twisting to different sides. Gentle. This works the transverse movement of the spine, gently turning. The palms reference down to the earth and up to heaven. Legs gently sink and then straighten. If this is enjoyable to you and you'd like to practice it on your own without the video, think about repeating each of these moves that we do, or whichever of the moves you choose. Think about repeating them 9 times and then switching to the next move. I'm not being so strict on the number of repetitions today, but 9 is a good number as we continue our practice. Let's do one more. Okay. Silk reeling. Gather a big ball about collarbone to lower belly. Sink, condensing down the spine. Now, as we begin to stand up, imagine pulling a small thread of silk up and down. You can make the circle bigger now, way out and beyond, even above the head. Sink. Pull the thread of silk up and down and reverse the ball. Imagine a giant beach ball maybe out in front of you. The wrists are so soft. This particular move did wonders for my carpal tunnel syndrome because you can see how soft and relaxed the wrists become. Breathe into the wrists, breathe into the palms, the fingers, and let all those bones, tendons, muscles just soften and open. If you close your eyes, you can see the circle that your fingertips are tracing based on how it feels. You can feel the spine lengthen and soften as you pull that imaginary thread of silk. Breathe into the vertebrae. Breathe into the lower belly. This is going to be the last of the moves that we do with this sinking and rising. And we're going to shift what we do with the lower body, with the legs. One more. Good. Let the hands fall. We've been doing a lot of sinking and rising, bending the knees. Now we're going to shift the weight left and right and back continually. So, again, you may want to open the legs a bit or not. You want to sit just a bit, whether you're sitting deeply or not so deep is up to you, how it feels okay for your body today. The beautiful thing about Tai Chi is that with these gentle moves and practices that we do, over time you will feel comfortable sinking lower, your legs will get stronger. So let's just begin referencing again the tall spine, tall top of the head, long neck, and the center point between the legs, feeling it right below the top of the head. And we're going to shift the weight to the left and the right. You can see my center line shifts left and right. I want us to think about keeping this center line integral rather than don't jut the hip out when you go to the sides, okay? So the hips stay steady and the center line stays steady. Here we go. Now, why don't you think about closing your eyes if you can and harmonizing breath with movement. Breathe in one way and breathe out the other. If that's a little not working for you today, that's fine too. Just gentle shifting. Here we go with the arms. One hand goes out and sweeps a moon shape across the front of the body. Other hand, here we go. Now let's keep it going. One side and then the other. Gentle half moon shape in front of the body, and then the arm hangs loose. Yes. Good. We're shifting left and right. The arm goes out way to the side and then comes across the face, around the body, with that half moon out in front. If it feels okay, close your eyes. Feel your center line shifting gently left and right. Feel the weight coming across to one foot and then the other. And the wrists are so soft. Palms are so soft. You may, at this point in our practice, begin to feel your heartbeat, your pulse out in your palms. Close your eyes and see if you can feel your pulse in your palms. The searching for the pulse out in the palms is helping to connect the mind and the body, improving proprioception, or our understanding of the self in space and time. Let the central nervous system out into the peripheral nerves. Send feelers with your inner vision out to the muscles in the palms and the fingers, and try with your inner eye to follow that pulse. Follow the veins and arteries out into the palms and feel that pulse, even in the fingers. You can continue this throughout your practice. All right. One more. Next, we're just going to shift the ball. hands rotate. Shift slowly across the center. You can feel how this builds the muscles. If it's getting to be a lot for your legs, stand up just a little bit and just have the slightest of bends in the knees. That's okay. We want to feel a smooth, round ball out in front of us. This is our energetic center here, the center of the body. And as the arms become more free, I'll ask us to let them go and sweep around as we shift left and right. So good for opening up the rib cage, opening up the waist, the heart center. Feel the chest wide and open as the arms sweep open and then around. And we're just gently shifting left and right. This kind of work is foundational, as I said, for practitioners from the very beginning all the way through very advanced masters. Continue this basic energy work, opening the body work, flow work through the entire life of their practice. It never gets old. Each day we come to this work a little different. One day our body feels better. Another day our body feels not as good. Something is tense or tight. Something is open. And so we use these basic energy drills to find those tight spots, find those pain points, and send the breath and the energy, or qi in traditional Chinese medicine, to those places. This is why this kind of work is so healing for the body. It softens, brings blood flow to places in the body that are usually tense. It opens them up. They get more blood flow. The cells way down to a cellular level in the muscles and the organs and the joints. The cells can conduct their metabolic processes more efficiently with better blood flow and oxygen. And so everything is refreshed and re-energized. One more. There. And let it hang. We're going to do one more set of moves before we begin kind of winding down our set. And that is, instead of the stationary sinking and rising or the left and right, we're going to go forward and back. So I'll ask you a little bit like we did in the warm-up to find a nice forward stance. So from the side, again, you'll remember it's kind of like this. One leg forward, the knee bent about 30% of the weight or so on the leg, and the rest to the back. We're going to shift forward and back. Okay? So first, just get a feel for shifting forward and back. And find your breath. If it feels good, breathe in as you come back. Breathe out as you go forward. The arms just float. I like to imagine I'm at the beach in Lewis, on the bay side, where there's just small, gentle waves, no undertow. It's so gentle. I imagine I'm standing in waist-high water, and the gentle current, the little waves, push my body in one direction and then the other. And you can see how soft the hands flow, how relaxed the wrists are. This opens the body, increases energy flow out to each joint. Close your eyes if you can. And now, if you wish, take the hands at the height of the lower belly and sweep gentle circles around. Imagine you're sweeping the hands out, kind of grazing across the top surface of the water that you're standing in, that waist-high water at the beach. Here, the benefit here is the waist is turning and then coming to push forward. The waist turns to the side and pushes forward. And the weight is gently shifting forward and back. Time your forward and back to your breath, if that feels good to you. One more. Good, and relax. Let's go to the other side. Simply switch the legs in your stance. Again, you look down, and it's like your legs are on two railroad tracks, right? So we're going to begin just shifting forward and back. Adjust the back foot, the back hip a little more open or closed so that the joint feels good, the ankle feels good. Just the stance and then shift. And just find that flow, forward and back. The waves go out and into the shore, out and into the shore. And the wrists, like seaweed. The wrists are like seaweed. We're in our last few moments now. So relax, breathe deeply. And let's find those circles out at the height of the lower belly. Shift back, the hands come in across the belly and push out over that extended knee. Out and around the waist turns. Feel the breath, bring it long and deep down the spine to the lower belly. The beautiful thing about Tai Chi, what we've practiced today, and any time you do Tai Chi, is there's nothing to get. You don't have to worry about getting anything just so. Rather, each time you practice, you refine just a little bit your understanding of where the body is in space and time, how to place it, and move in ways that promote good balance, joint comfort, and regeneration. And the form, exactly what you should be doing when, it kind of comes over time. You never have to get it right in any one moment. It comes over time as you build your understanding of the body. And even if you only practice every now and then, or even just once, it benefits the body. Let everything hang, shake it out. We're going to close where we started, in a relaxed position of attention. But shake it out for a moment. Know that you've done darn near an hour of amazing work on the body. And let's finish. Remember I said if you take one thing from class only, it's this relaxed position of attention. So let's find it again. Heel to heel, toe to toe. Rolling the shoulders back, hands come to rest on the sides of the legs where the femur meets the processes of the hips. Top of the head, where baby has a soft spot. Let that rise to the sky, lengthening the neck. And feel the pelvis come right under the top of the head. If you can, close your eyes. And for this last moment, breathe long and deep down the spine into the lower belly. Scan the body and see how you feel differently now from when we started class. Perhaps you can feel your breath moving more thoroughly throughout your body. Perhaps you have a stronger sense of your pulse. Perhaps your mind is quiet. Good. Very nice work. Any concerns or questions? Find me at the YMCA in Sussex in Rehoboth Beach, and feel free to ask anytime or pop a question in on the YMCA of Delaware members page. Thank you very much. Great work. Good.